Hey guys, welcome to our channel. So we're taking a break from our decode here. I got a couple of good questions from Danny, and the fact of the matter is, a lot of the questions I don't have an answer to. I don't know is the answer. Um, I don't know if the quantum computers update their algorithms or exactly how they work. I don't have those answers. I don't have all the answers. But what I can do is go back over the cross references. And I got a couple things I want to cover in this video. Um, Once again, these conversions and calculations could go on infinitely, um, or until the computer gets its answer. Now, as to the categories, we run these things through categories. All right. Now, we run these things through categories. I'm not sure that the quantum computer runs anything through any categories. I'm pretty sure it just gets all the information that it can out of the code that it leaves, and it's a lot of information. Um, but we run it through categories because that's the easiest way for us to get even part of the information. So, and we're not getting it all. Uh, but as to the cross references, so I'm not sure the categories are actually cross references. They are connections. The categories, the fact that it runs through the stock market, finance, and genetics and medical and chemical and all the categories is definitely a connection. Um, there's a lot of information in all those categories. There's more information than that. There's laws. We're going to start running a law category probably with our next decode, just because there's a lot of law stuff there. um, I'm not exactly sure um, how it calculates what it calculates. Assuming this is a quantum computer, I can prove what's in these things. But as to cross references, these gematria connections, um, this would be a real easy way. All 15 of our effects that we've decoded so far and connected share the number 24. 42, 402, same number, different order. All right. Whoops. Same numbers, different order. So this then would be a real easy cross reference for the computer so that if it hit the number 24 was something that it found in another decode, let's say Mamwich Man or not Mamwich, let's say South America, or should have been a cowboy, which we're going to try to decode. Um, as soon as it hit the number 24, it could reference all of these calculations. So, from all these other quantum computers, or the same quantum computer. And if all of them weren't connected into the number 24, which they are so far, but if they didn't, then if it hit 24 and 27, and maybe one other number, say 18, it would then be able to cross reference every other calculation and everything within that calculation just through these numbers. So I do think that these numbers are an easy cross reference for the quantum computer to reference back to another decode, a previous decode, or a future decode. To us, I suppose, since all this does happen at once, um, We wouldn't perceive it that way, but that, I suppose, would be possible. So I think these gematria connections are very important to their calculations, assuming it is a quantum computer. Now, as to these, um, and again, I'll emphasize I'm not sure. The more I think about it, if the quantum computer actually um, runs through categories, we do. I want to think that the quantum computer would just run and get all the information it could. It wouldn't need the categories. We kind of do need the categories. So, um, to get what we get, or to get as much information as we get, the computer wouldn't need the categories. So, the other thing I want to touch on, and would be these letters and numbers together. If anybody knows anything about advanced math, um, could you see? I would ask if you see equations in this? I'm good at basic math and very simple algebra, but this would get into calculus, possibly trigonometry, stuff that I can't touch. But if somebody else could, that'd be great. It would help us, and then they would understand the equations, so they'd know what the equations meant or what they equaled. And once again, you'd have a whole new set of numbers and letters to go on and calculate more. The other question would be, does anybody have a background in the stock market, in genetics, in the medical field, artificial intelligence, any of this stuff, chemicals, um, you know, military, pick a category, technology. Because if somebody did, a lot of this stuff, I'm reading it and I'm learning it as I go, but I don't have a background in genetics, so I don't really understand. I do to a point, but I couldn't tell you if something had changed. um, you know, if something that we were getting in our decodes had changed, because maybe it's such a thing that everything that it's calculating also changes, but I wouldn't know that. But somebody, with a background in genetics or chemicals or any of the categories might know if some of this stuff was Mandela affected. And that would be very interesting to know if some of this stuff we're getting in the decodes is Mandela affected itself. But I wouldn't know that. So, I might know this or that eventually. I might come across something. But in general, I'm not going to know. So if anybody has any background in any of this stuff and you see that any of this stuff has changed, let us know, because we want to know if it has. And that'd be a whole other thing. If we could start saying, well, this changed, this within our decode changed as well. And maybe all of it has, for all I know. I don't know. But it's definitely something to consider. And so if anybody knows anything about that, let us know if any of it changed. Um, so I think I'm going to let this video go at that. I think that's about as good as I can explain it right now. And I might take another crack at this. Danny, let me know if this helps you out or if you need another video. I might take another crack at it anyway. Um, but we'll see if this helps. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. we'll try to get into the back coming back in chemicals next. So for now, guys, thanks for all your thumbs up, thumbs down when appropriate. Thanks for all your comments, leads, feedback, and subscriptions. And thanks for watching, guys. And for now, you guys have a great rest of your day.